What's up, everybody? It is Friday. I'm back, and I'm wearing a new shirt. This is in honor of our World Cup coming up soon. You will see this in more videos. But this is from Since 76, which is, I think it's run by the Yank Report. So if you guys are interested in U.S. soccer at all, go subscribe to his channel. He is a very, very much a man after my own heart. He tends to not get too up, too down. He tries to be very thoughtful in his takes, and I really appreciate that. So go check him out, and also let's be in England, shall we? All right, today I am doing another NINI music cover. I did one last week that I really liked, and I thought, you know what, let's do another one. So this is Dueling Banjos. I assume it's going to be the Dueling Banjo song that we all know, but it is a couple of different traditional folk instruments, so that's going to be really cool. Dueling Banjos is a great song. I've never seen Deliverance, but I have lived in the southern hills of America, and it does get a little bit shady. All right, well, before we get started, we've already started. Before we get into it, like and subscribe. Helps me out. I am not an expert. I don't know what these instruments. You know what? I never do this, but I'm going to check and see what they're called. We've got a shamisen, and I'm gonna say an otiken maybe. Those are the two instruments that we're dealing with. It's clearly not an expert. And please don't be a dick. Occasionally artists will actually watch my videos, and I would hate for them to see people being assholes in the comments. I try really hard, whether or not I like a song, I try really hard to be respectful and thoughtful. Give the people who put the song together the appropriate level of credit, and I would just like that in the comments as well. So with that out of the way, let's get into it. This is obviously I have a white mocha today, so. All right, let's get into it. This is Dueling Banjos by NINI Music. All right, now I have one question, really. I normally don't watch this, but I want to see if there's anything in the credits. All right. I really like that. I think that was a really good version of Dueling Banjos. It's a classic song for people of a certain age. It's a song that I always grew up knowing, but I didn't know what it was from because I think the movie Deliverance came out in like the 70s, so it would have been people, in my parents' age maybe. But it's a great song. I actually have a story about it that I will tell in a moment. I've never heard it with backing music like that, with like metal drums. So my question is, and it's possible that you will watch this, so I'll ask you directly. Did you play the drums on this yourself, or was this collaboration? Did you have somebody else to? Because, that'd be pretty sick. I mean, it's cool either way. But if you played all the instruments, that's also very, very impressive. I'm always impressed by multi-instrumentalists, I can do a tiny bit on multiple instruments, but I'm not like what you would call competent. So it always is very impressive to me when people can just switch between drums, guitar, keys, etc. Okay, so the story is when I was younger, my sister did ballet and modern and jazz. She did dance, right? And she was, I don't know, maybe in middle school. She might have been in high school at this point. But the two best dancers at the school, right? Girls who were going to pursue dance in college, maybe try to become part of a troupe. They did a dance to Dueling Banjos with flashlights. And it was very, very cool, right? Because they were flicking the flashlights to try and keep time with the music. And it was a very interesting interpretation of that music. It was right? You've got two different styles of dancer, right? You had a more powerful dancer, and then you had a more classical dancer. And it was really cool. So, it's a good memory of this song. Also, people talk shit about banjo music, and if you'll notice on my channel, there is not one song that is country music. Not one. And I've done, at this point, I've probably done close to 400 songs. I do not like country music. I do not listen to it. I do not abide it. But I do like a good banjo. And the speed at which banjo players can pick is phenomenal. Obviously, she's doing that on the shamisen and the odiken, which is also very, very cool. Again, instruments, I said this last time, but instruments without frets, one of them has frets. I think it's the odiken. It does have frets, but the shamisen doesn't. I may have that backwards, but you know my meaning. One of the ones she was playing does have frets, and the other one doesn't. I am always impressed by people who can play instruments that don't have frets. It's just so much harder to know. Just so much harder to know where your fingers need to go. But the banjo is also an underappreciated instrument, I think. It's not just yeehaw. It's also incredibly intricate and complicated picking patterns that you can get out of that. So this is really good. I really liked it. This one is just been put up in the last week or so, I believe. So you should go check it out. Go show her some love. Go subscribe to her Patreon. You can subscribe to my Patreon, but she will give you more for your dollar. I can guarantee that. Someday maybe I'll expand this channel and my aims and see if I could do some interviews or something. I'll be like a younger, more handsome, more hair version of the Needle Drop, but less talented. Alright, I think that'll do it. Thank you guys for watching. And if the artist is watching this, thank you for making it. I appreciate it. I enjoyed this. I always like getting to see people do new stuff and try new things. Have a good day, everybody. Stay safe out there. Drink lots of water and be nice to each other.